Hello everyone, I'm Shubhadeep. Welcome to Filmkopath, and this is a review for the Hindi movie Kill, which is an action thriller written and directed by Nikhil Bhat and produced by Karan Johar and Guneet Monga, Apurva Mehta and Achin Jain. Guneet Monga, if you remember, was also the producer for The Elephant Whisperer, the Oscar-nominated documentary, which won the Oscar. And the film stars Lakshya. I haven't seen Lakshya before, but there's Raghav Juyal, who we have seen. There's Ashish Vidyarthi, there's Harsh Chaya, and Tanya Maniktala. So Kill premiered at the Toronto Film Festival on 7th September 2023, where it was the runner-up for the People's Choice Award in the Midnight Madness. It was also screened at the Tribeca Film Festival. So I got to see it today at the Birmingham Indian Film Festival. So I got to see it maybe hours before you, and so this is like a short slick review of the film. It's not a deep dive. Probably deserves a deep dive later when we talk about the history of violence in Indian cinema and how Kill is refreshingly different from whatever we have seen before. This is an exhilarating experience of adrenaline rush, which I witnessed at the movie theater, and I was totally taken aback from what I saw. I didn't expect this level of gore and violence in an Indian movie, and specifically the way it is done, the way it plays out is absolutely fantastic. So you go there, the movie has been billed so much as the most violent Indian film ever, and it delivers. It delivers the goods, and if you go and watch Kill, you will feel that, well, you have not seen anything like that in Indian cinema. I will not go into the storyline or into spoilers, and there's nothing much of a spoiler really. There's a train, there are bad guys and there are good guys, and they smash each other to the pulp, and the good guys eventually smash all the bad guys. It sounds palpably boring when I say it like that, but when you see the action unfold in the constricted space of a train, with our hero Lakshya and his friend taking on like hordes of goons and bone-crunching violence in front of you, it is something to really experience. Sometimes you get a feel of the violence in the constricted space, like what you saw in Old Boy, maybe Park Chan Wook classic. I'm not going for comparisons. Of course, that's an all-time great film. But here you get a feel of the play of violence and blood and gore right in the front of your eyes in a moving train. Other than that, the features of the film, which is really great from a Bollywood point of view, that it breaks away from all the tropes which you see. There is no big story building, there is no image building of the hero. He is right there in the midst of the action. And when I say it like this, and you might feel, okay, but where there is no backstory, how do I feel the emotional connect? Well, that is one thing. You might not feel that much of an emotional connect to begin with, but as you go on the journey, the violence itself creates some sort of an emotional connect for you, and you relate to the characters in a way which is expected of you. You see, one of the things with this film is that the bad guys who are there in the film are related to each other in some way or the other, and so you can see the emotional outbursts when they are killed, and that is something very unique. Usually you will see in Indian films that the goons keep on falling, and we have seen men take on 100 or 200 villains at one point in time and come out on top, but it's very different from that. It is more of a transformation of a hero who is a soldier, who is a trained soldier. He's one of the NSG guards, and thus comes his repertoire of things which he can do because he's an NSG guard and he's a soldier. But his development from a person who is eventually ends up tries to save his fellow humans, fellow Indians, from Indians who are miscreants. So that is some sort of a play in the way things pan out. The soldiers are usually the ones who defend us on the borders, but here a soldier has to defend his own countrymen from other countrymen. Talks a lot about society as a whole, I would think. I am not going to the details of the acting because there's hardly any scope of explaining the acting in the movies because it's so much dependent on motion and so much driven. The entire plot is driven by violence. Very difficult to break it down in those terms. I would say that Raghav Juyal is quite good. He's one of the antagonists and you kind of hate him right from the first frame. but he gives you a lot of moments to cherish in the film, and also a lot of moments to really hate him. So if you're really hating a guy for the on-screen presence, and we all know he's a lovely guy, Raghav, if you've seen him in the interviews and the different things he does. So he brings out that animosity in you to hate him. Music design is fantastic. It keeps the fast pace of the movie running all through. Plus, the sound design is exquisite. You can feel the breaking of the bones, the crunching of the heads, the way things like fire extinguishers, lighters are used. It gives you a thorough adrenaline pump within your body, and you just cannot have enough of it as it rushes through in 105 minutes time. Obviously, there is the Bollywood trope of the love story. Of course, there is a love story angle, and there's nothing to be ashamed of, to be honest. We make love stories in India, and this is one of those love stories again where there's the hero and there's the heroine, and the whole plot is about saving. And these all the truths are established very very quickly, and you do not get any time to understand what's happening. One of the interesting things is that in hindsight, when you see what are the things our hero is capable of, you could have thought that he could have done something different right at the beginning and avoided all of this, but that doesn't eventually happen. He is shown to be a man of honor who gradually turns into a man who seeks vengeance against the bad guys. It is stylistically brilliant. It has those moments where you cannot look at the screen, or there's a scream or two might come out of your mouth. One of the scenes, probably the most important scenes, might remind you of the Battle of Bastards, and when you see it, you will know that okay, I can remember Battle of Bastards here from the way that particular action sequence or action piece takes place. A couple of things which do not work for me is that within that gore, within that blood, within that violence, there are feeble attempts at some comedy at a few places, which do not quite work out, because it's a fun watch, but it's a serious film. People are dying, innocent people are getting killed. So you feel that some of those jokes inappropriate and they don't work at all the places. But having said all that, this is one of the brilliant experiences which you will have once you go to the theater and watch it. It is gory, it is violent, and it is brilliant actually. And I hope you have a good time watching it. So that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching this review. Go and enjoy the film. Have a good day. Bye.